So I guess today is all about tying up loose ends or fixing problems or doing things that you haven't done. So yesterday I went to the doctor because I had a form that I needed to fill out. It had been sent to me, and I went there and she was like, so what's wrong with you? This is a standout form. What is this about? It was about my work-related injury on my back. Remember back in September, a student hung himself on me and I got a pull in my back. And I have had a sore back since, and I can't really move as I was supposed to, and I really have to be careful what I do, even though I do it anyway. But I can constantly feel my lower back, and it radiates down my buttocks. So she was like, "Oh, okay," because it didn't say, and that's kind of weird. And then afterwards, we had to figure out how the payment was gonna go. Doctors are always free in Denmark, but when you have documents that you need to fill out, sometimes you're asked to pay yourself. But here, because somebody else, that was the insurance, because they asked me to fill it out, they had to pay. And then there were no sender on the letter. It didn't even say that it was for me. It was sent in a special email inbox that where you get all your very important documents in. So I knew it was for me. And then there was only an email address, and they were like, "Don't worry, we'll figure that out. We will just go home," because it can be really stressful for patients when they need to figure out stuff like that themselves. So the secretary was just gonna do it. And then I was contacted later, and they were like, "We tried," and they're like, "We don't know who she is. Can you please figure this out?" So I wanted to call, but then it was too late. They had closed down the office, so I called this morning, and she was like, "Yeah, that's weird." And so it turns out they forgot to send a whole sheet with the letter. So all the details were on that sheet. So they resent the email for me. And so I had to, this morning, go to straighten that out with the doctor. And then all's good now. And then I went to get some paint for a project. And that turned out to be a whole story. So that's on my DIY playlist later. And then we have this soccer uniform that we need to go and get done that I have, I forgot about it. I wasn't even procrastinating. I just totally and completely forgot about it. But now I have to get out the door because I have to go and pick up Valdemar. So I just needed to charge my phone in the car. And this is what the other end looks like. It has been cut. I know exactly what happened. Because Emolina needed more space for her leg, so she pushed the seat forward. Because over here, this is Valdemar's seat, and he usually needs extra room. And she was sitting in the back seat, and she didn't think it was enough room, so she pushed it forward, and she got the wire. Oh my goodness! And this is the only wire that actually worked on the car charger. And that's what happens. I can't make them work. If I buy the cheaper ones, they just don't work. And if I buy the original ones, well, then this is what happens, right? Or they whatever. And also coming here, because I'm picking up Valdemar today, because apparently today is a get all your stuff done that you haven't done. So I dropped him off this morning, so I'm picking him up, and he said to me, "Can you just go and correct my pickup time in the app?" And I said yes, and all the way home I was like, remember to change the time, remember to change the time, remember to change the time. Came home, I found the phone, I went to do it, and then something happened. I don't know what happened, but I didn't change the time. But I'm here to pick him up now because we have to go and order soccer, football uniforms. And so we're leaving from his school and we'll go to Emelina's school and pick her up and then go further to the city where we are going to order the uniforms. So that's what we are on to do now. You made paper?
Yes. Jeg har set en, der er færdig.
Det er flot grøn.
Når du kigger bagfra, kan man se, at der er nogle steder, der er lidt tynde, ligesom her.
Ja.
Her kan det være lidt tyndt.
Ja.
Og her. Og her. Og her. Så...
Ja, men det er smukt. And now it's weekend.
Jeg ved ikke, om det er.
Nu se der. Det er helt perfekt.
Så okay.
We are just packing up. Emolina, she's ready to go on a hike. She will be gone for the next almost 20 hours or so. Yeah, the next 20 hours she will be gone, so she will have to sleep somewhere. We don't know where. If they're sleeping outside, I really hope that she can stay warm, because it will be, I don't know, 2 to 5 degrees. So not that much above freezing. So I hope she will be able to stay warm. But she is so excited.
I'm ready to go.
Yes, and you're very excited.
Yes.
Very excited, yes. So we went and got her new boots, because she didn't have hiking boots, so she got those. And she has been wearing them for basically around the clock the last 2 weeks, a week or so, 2 weeks, to make sure that they fit her feet. But we have to be there in like 5 minutes, so we better get going. So as I dropped off Emolina, I looked at her and I realized she was not wearing a beanie. So I asked her if she brought one, and she didn't. So I decided to just hurry home, find her beanie, and then return. And they actually left when I came, so I just threw it out the window as I passed them. It's now Saturday morning, and it's Saturday morning routine time. More or less do the same thing Saturday mornings, because I always have my whole entire living room filled with laundry. So I've been doing laundry, and now I'm emptying the dishwasher. And I'm sorry, I really have a cold, and I really have a stuffy nose. This cold has been here for a while, and I'm starting to wonder if it's ever gonna go away. It doesn't feel like it. But something really good happened, because yesterday there was a mother's night at Valdemar's class, or with Valdemar's class mothers, and so I went, which I normally wouldn't do back when I was still working and I had all these long-term effects from stress. There wasn't, I didn't have the energy to do it, and my brain was so overloaded and drained that something like that just wasn't an option. But now it's a possibility. Now it's something that I can do. And the best part was that I was just really able to enjoy myself and just be in the moment and have fun. I was tired by the end of the night. I had told Valdemar that I would be home at 10 because Grandpa was babysitting, and I didn't want to keep him all night. He had to go home as well. So I had said that I would be home by 10, but I was not ready by 10. So I still got up and left, but I wasn't ready. I was, however, really tired, but I think that's just because I'm a morning person. That was a dog. But I think that's because I'm a morning person, and so I don't really do well at night. But I enjoyed it so much. It was just so nice, and we were having fun, and it was great. But the really interesting thing is that today, even though it might not sound like it, I'm fine. I can, I did go to bed an hour later than I usually do, and I did wake up still 20 minutes to 6. So I have had an hour and a half less than I usually do. So I am, a little tired, but my brain is still fine. And earlier, that wouldn't have happened. I would have been so wiped out. I would have, I wouldn't have been able to do something like that. I would be more dead than alive the next day. But I'm fine. And that's just so great to feel like that. I've been wanting that for so long, and it just wasn't possible, and nobody could tell me what was wrong and what was going on and why I felt the way I did. And now that my cortisol levels are back up, I sleep. And that's the other part. When I finally went to bed last night, I was actually able to just go to sleep, which I wouldn't have been able to earlier either. I would have been laying there and my brain would be all over the place, and I wouldn't be able to just turn it off, and I would be going over details of the night over and over again, and my brain would just be so busy. And I just laid down there and I fell asleep. And then earlier, my brain would not turn off during the night, so I would kind of experience the entire night just being around somehow, just being there. And I didn't either. It was a regular night. I was just sleeping. So just the feeling of my brain turning off is just so great. So this is just fantastic. I love it.
We're cat sitting again. And this is Valdemar's attire. Just a winter coat and my outdoor shoes, my garden shoes. The struggle is real. See if you can figure out how to lock it. Check, it's locked. Good job.
I'm on a morning walk with Vigo, and I just spotted a heron. That's not your typical backyard bird. I don't know, maybe that's a rainwater overflow over there. I don't know. So Emolina is still on her hiking trip, and it was really cold this morning. I thought it would be like, not this morning, during the night, or also this morning. I thought it would be around 2 to 5 degrees, but it turned out it was freezing. So it was actually pretty cold last night. And the last thing I saw, the last picture I saw, was them getting on a dinghy, going somewhere in the water. I'm not surprised about the water because we have a lot of lakes around here. But I for sure thought they were going somewhere else. But I'm sure she's having a blast. And I'm always nervous that things will happen. And I told her yesterday, and she was like, "Mom, nothing's gonna happen to me." I'm like, "But what if you're cold? Or what if you hurt yourself? Or you need to go to the bathroom and there isn't a toilet?" And she's just, "Mom, I'll be fine." I guess that's how it is when you're a mom. Seriously, Valdemar? That's it. Tell Mom, cookies, so I guess tell Mom to make cookies. He set an alarm for that. Oh yeah, he's a foodie.
Jeg synes, I to I hænger sammen.
Men det gør de også. Det er jo meningen. Vi er utrolig gode til det her. Vi er gået 7 kilometer sådan der.